Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody watching, allow me to introduce you to my one-of-a-kind, oh-so-humble, one of two, amazing sisters, Allie.
Hi.
Get what you got.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just like our Christmas presents every year.
Yeah.
GoCarter, GoCarter, yeah. GoCarter, GoCarter.
This is going to be a story of us growing up throughout this magnificent time of the year.
Okay.
And just some stories that I feel like we can share.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Christmas memory of the Kench family in our youth?
Like ever?
Ever.
I think on Christmas Eve, we always get together and watch like a Christmas movie. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good tradition. Well, when we were younger, some of my favorites were like the elves.
Oh, the elves.
The elves was a lot of fun.
Do we want to talk about the elves for a second? Because we did not have the basic generic elves that most people grew up with.
Well, here's what happened. We were in elementary school, and we came home one day, and all the kids in elementary school had these elves, and they just like showed up one day, and everybody had them, and
Straight
it
from
was
Santa's workshop.
straight from Santa's workshop, and it was so cool because they'd all bring their elves to school and talk about all the gifts their elves were bringing them, and the notes they were leaving them, and all the secrets they were spilling about Santa's inner workings, which was fascinating. So basically, I think we gave Santa maybe not enough time to
Very rushed.
find the right elf for us. And so the next day we did all of this, and this was like with a day's notice. We're like, we're going to get an elf. We put it all out.
Yep.
The next day, an elf showed up, and her name was Elsa. And like, think about like these little guys, if you can see the video right now, like these cute little like elf on the shelves.
Soft.
Or like the snowflake elves that everyone used to have.
Soft to touch.
Yeah, very cute. Ours, not to hate on her because she was great. She was made out of porcelain and she was sitting like this. Like if you can see me, like this was her position she was in. And she had like very scary like eyes. And she was dressed in like this really strange outfit that was like really dark and scary and like looked really like weird. Basically, she looked absolutely nothing like this.
Horrid.
Like she was really scary. Like she looked like an elf in a nightmare. But we loved her.
We did.
And she was our elf, and that's what we got. And you know what? We say thank you for what we get. And thank you, Elsa.
Yep.
You were a real one.
And we treated her like royalty. We pushed her around our cul-de-sac.
Yep. She brought us cookies. She brought us treats.
Yep.
She left us notes in very swirly handwriting.
Remember the one time we accidentally dropped her?
Yes. So because she was made out of glass and not like all the other kids' elves who are, you know, not quite that.
Resistant to gravity.
We would go out and play with her the same way all the other kids would do with their elves, but since she was made out of like porcelain, we broke her one day and we all started crying because we thought we like killed her.
I mean, her entire ear was like totally off of her body.
Yeah, it was like her ear that fell off, and then I think we also like cracked her in one other place.
Yeah.
And so we glued her ear back on, and we're really scared, but then she left us a note.
Didn't we write a
that
letter too?
Yep, and we were like, so sorry.
Santa,
Can't believe we
forgive
did
us.
this to you. And she wrote us back and said, it's okay, I'm all good. And it was a scary moment for sure.
Elsa definitely fit her, or did her role, growing up as being our elf, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like we couldn't have had, like, just a normal, like, we had to have an elf. We love her. Shout out Elsa.
I think I nicknamed her Elsia later on in my, like, teenage years. Elsia.
What are your other, like, memories, like, favorite things?
One of my, I remember one time I wrote to Elsa individually asking for Christmas lights. Because
we have to talk about your obsession with Christmas lights.
Would you call it an obsession?
Yeah.
I think I'd call it more of a lifestyle, TBH. So growing up, one of my biggest fears was the darkness. And every time Christmas rolled around, you know, it was amazing driving around at night because everywhere was illuminated. You could see houses. You could see angles of fences. It was amazing. I loved it. And immediately I began decorating our house when I was able to walk and talk on my own. Every year I tried to outdo myself. So one year, let's say I wrap a tree and it's just the base of the tree. The next year I take a ladder out of my garage without telling my parents because at this time I'm 6, 7, not really supposed to be climbing ladders. But I wasn't going to let that stop my peewee body. And I'd climb up there, wrap that entire tree in lights. Did it look good? No. But it was the premise of me doing it. And it got to the point where even my friends were noticing my odd obsession and telling their parents. And I remember one year, I even got a gig to go to someone else's house and wrap their house
People
in
started
lights.
paying him to go do their houses with lights because he was so good at it.
Right?
He was so obsessed. He would do our house and make it look really good, and then people would pay him to come to their houses and do their lights.
I mean, some people, make money by painting mailboxes. Me, no. Christmas lights.
Yep.
Always and forever.
Yep.
And it did get to the point, however, where I asked my dad if I could go onto our roof and put lights up, and we lived in a 3-story house. So it was kind of a challenge, let's say, to get to the roof.
Well, it wasn't a challenge. It was just that it was dangerous for
Yeah.
anybody, let alone a child,
I don't know.
to walk out on the roof.
I disagree with that, but I obviously, don't disobey my parents.
That's funny.
What? I never went on the roof. Well, I tried, but I couldn't get up there on my own. Anyways, I believe around the time I was 8 or 9, I was kind of over just doing the bushes. I was kind of overdoing like the reefs on the front door.
You were looking for more. You
I
were
was
looking
looking
for, a
for more.
challenge.
I wanted that adrenaline rush
Yeah.
of just feeling something new. And so I asked my dad if I could go out onto this awning, and he said no. And I was like, why? This would look so cool. We could install these amazing icicle lights, and it would make our house really jump from tier 1 to tier 4 overnight. Eventually, he allowed us to go out together, and I wasn't allowed to go anywhere near the edge of it, so I had to kind of sit and watch him put them up, which was super boring. But he did an okay job. I could have done better. When we finally finished, we went down and we looked at the amazing work that we did. And it was good for about a day or two, but I knew it was missing something. So a couple days later, I kind of took it into my own hands, and I snuck out there without telling anybody, which I don't recommend doing, but this is a story. And I remembered I went back and fiddled, and I added even more lights. And it was raining this day, and I probably shouldn't have gone out there. I didn't fall, but I did get yelled at by my sister and my dad because I went in without permission to go out there. And I also wasn't able to get the window back on properly, which...
That's how I knew he went out, is because I came into my room and it was just in disarray. And I was like, clearly something happened here. But you did what you had to do for the lights.
Yeah. And even up until I graduated high school, I feel like it just every year I added more and more. And it got to the point where I was going out and buying things on my own. If you ever have any decorations that you don't want to put up, don't hesitate to reach out to me because honestly, I got some free time on my hands.
Aren't you going to decorate Maddie's family's house?
Well, I did.
Oh, you already did?
I did actually. But I went up, it was amazing. Or their mom surprised me with all of the decorations, so I didn't even have to go and invest in any of it. And it was just full free labor. Amazing. And then they cooked me a bunch of meals.
That's awesome.
To keep this light mood flowing, we have a really fun game that I'm super excited to play with you, and it's called Would You Rather Christmas Edition.
I love that.
Me too. I love snow, I love trees, I love frost, bite, feeling something. It's amazing. I love emotions.
Great.
Okay, let's get this party. We have my wonderful team to read the questions, so without further ado, Yasmin.
Would you rather not celebrate Christmas this year or not celebrate your birthday this year?
Whoa. That's tough. I mean,
My birthday. Sorry. Christmas is more special.
I think I would say my birthday. I love
How
birthdays.
dare you.
I feel like I always do really fun things, and it's always really fun, and I get to hang out with all my friends and Max and family sometimes and get to do fun things. So I think I would say, it's just me. It's not like everyone can't celebrate Christmas.
I guess you have a point. I mean, I'm not going to try and come for you here. It's just you really think you could live without the decorations, the baking, the lighthearted Mariah Carey playing on volume 2 on your speakers.
The Michael Bublé.
Oh my God, I love Michael Bubble. And you really
Okay, maybe.
December 24th rolls around, and what are you doing? Listening to white
Sad.
noise in the car?
Yeah, it's really, really sad. Yeah, I'll change my answer. You've convinced me.
Really?
Yep, you've convinced me.
Okay.
I'll do Christmas, no birthday.
This just shows the festivity is toxic and contagious.
In the best way.
In the best way.
Positively
Oh my gosh.
toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's exactly what, Britney Spears toxic. You know
Yeah.
how that song's a beat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
positive.
Would you rather be friends with Frosty the Snowman or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
I think Rudolph would be fun because I feel like Rudolph has a fun little come up story.
Right?
He was the underdog.
Right.
And he worked really hard and had all these great achievements, pulling the sleigh.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be a really humble, hardworking individual to hang out with.
Well, I mean, there's pros and cons of both. Frosty melts and then comes back to life.
Yeah.
And what does Rudolph do?
Be an icon.
Flies.
Yeah. Flies. So that could be
Oh.
fun.
I'd have to go with Rudolph as well. I mean,
Yeah,
no offense
Rudolph
to
for
Frosty.
sure.
Like, love the aesthetic, love the buttons, the nose, all cute and stuff. And, like, sure, you can nibble on the carrot when you get bored. But I want to fly. And you could also, like, sneak into Disneyland or Universal because you don't have
You
to pay the
fly
theme park
in.
entrance. You can just fly.
Yep.
Get dropped off outside of the communal bathrooms.
Yeah, that's smart.
Would you rather have Christmas tree tinsel for hair or have fingernails that light up like Christmas lights?
Oh, no brainer. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I would love my 10 fingers to light up. Wait, can I pick the colors?
Yes.
Okay. You sold me. I am sold.
I think I'd do the lights. That sounds fun. That's almost like a manicure.
Right?
But it's like a festive manicure.
Right? And who wants tinsel as hair? I feel like you'll look like Sia in the wig.
Yeah.
You know what I
well,
mean?
and also, you would never need a flashlight. Like, oh, it's dark, you can't find your phone in your purse. Oh, sorry. Let me just put my little finger lights in there, and then you can find
So
anything
true.
you need.
Yeah.
Like the gum at the bottom of your bag, like, got it.
Would you rather be at home on Christmas and get lots of presents or go to Disneyland for Christmas but get no presents?
You're pitting my two favorite things together here?
This is like Carter's ultimate
mean,
nightmare decision.
Read the shirt. It's a Disneyland shirt. My gosh. Okay, wait. If I'm home with the presents, am I with my family and loved ones?
Yes.
Or maybe they can be, or Disneyland by himself. Or can his family and everyone be at Disneyland with him? No. You're by yourself at Disneyland. Well, that's not fun.
Wait.
It's about the people.
Says who? I've been to Disneyland by myself. Do you know how awesome it is to just go in single rider lines?
Yeah, actually, that is honestly dope.
It's like a sliver of the weight as the regular line.
Yeah, you just get to
Amazing.
waltz onto everything.
Oh, for sure.
Go grab a churro.
I think I'd have to. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm going to choose stay at home.
Yeah.
No. I just said it out loud. No, I'm going to Disneyland. Sorry. Love you.
I think it's about the people that are around you. So I would say be at home with family and friends. And I wouldn't want to be alone. Imagine being alone on Christmas. That'd be sad.
Oh, yeah, you just convinced
Well,
me.
you'd have Mickey. You'd have Mickey and his friends.
Right, the ones that don't talk and just mime. The entire time.
You could go have conversations with Mr. Potato Head on Pixar Pier. He can be your family.
If he's even operational. That guy
He's definitely
That guy goes on
he's down a lot more
hibernation.
than he's up, for sure.
hibernates 9 months
He
out
does
of the year.
hibernate a lot.
I think, yeah, I'd stay at home with you.
Yeah.
And I would
Oh,
celebrate.
so you went back again.
I went back again,
But in the
sorry.
right direction. Okay.
I cannot really make a firm decision with this topic.
Okay.
Would you rather eat your cereal with eggnog instead of milk
Ew.
or eat a candy cane sandwich?
Ew.
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 I feel like eggnog cereal is easier to work around because you can do that thing where you spoon it and then you kind of like tilt it a little bit. You know,
Girl,
get that
what you
off.
talking about?
You know what I'm saying? When you like spoon cereal and then you just kind of like tilt it till all the stuff comes out, like the milk.
Okay,
And so you kind of minimize that versus the candy cane sandwich. Like there's no avoiding the fact that you're gonna bite into that, which sounds horrendous for your teeth and for the overall
But
experience.
Okay, imagine the thought of having these amazing Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right? And you put it in this amazing bowl, right? And then what do? You take eggnog and you dump that in
But
there?
I think it's actually workable because you can just get it off a spoon. I'm gonna go with eggnog. I think it's workable. Candy cane sandwich, there's literally no way around that, and it sounds like a really rough experience.
Is it bad that I kind of want to try a candy cane sandwich?
No, try it.
But
Risk you're gonna have to be willing to take.
It's the experience, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I think eggnog is a little bit more workable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Eggnog, breakfast, cereal. Ew.
Could be a vibe.
Would you rather live in a giant gingerbread house or ride on the Polar Express?
Polar Express.
Polar Express.
Polar Express.
No
I don't want to
brainer.
live in a gingerbread house.
I do. I definitely do. But I'd rather ride the Polar Express.
I'd 100% want to ride
I
the
mean,
Polar Express.
That one scene where they just all get out and there's just microscopic sized elves
When they
sprawling
get to the
the
North
premise.
Pole. Well, I was thinking about the hot chocolate song.
I forgot about the hot
Yeah.
chocolate song.
So imagine
Oh
getting
my
to
gosh.
experience that.
Wait, do we get to participate in the dance sequence?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sold.
That's
So
yeah.
sold.
Sold.
Hot, hot.
Easy.
Oh, hot chocolate, hot, hot. Hey, hot chocolate, hot, hot.
Yeah.
A core memory. But like growing up, our parents really liked to record us. And we had so many VHS tapes of just like documentations of like our first birthdays, Halloween, Christmas.
Everything.
And it was like, it's really fun to look back on because you kind of forget about moments that happened, and most of them are really beautiful. One of my personal favorites that took place was Christmas, I want to say around the 2005 to 2008 era.
Definitely, I was like 5 or 6. So
You were a youngin'.
It was probably in the earlier years.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So yeah, this year I'm pretty sure we all wanted amazing gifts. I'm pretty sure this was when I was still in my Dora the Explorer age, and I think I asked for a Dora the Explorer bath kit, where it just floats on the water as you sit there and you can just play with it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, both of my sisters were really into, the exploration ages where you wanted to go outside into your like street outside of your house and just have fun with your friends.
Yeah.
Ride your bikes, maybe
Lots of
roller
bikes.
skate.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But here was the thing. In my little tiny self's defense, I was scared of rollerblade. I was really scared to fall because I was not like an adventurous kid. I did not like doing things that had any like risk of danger. Yeah, I was a very anxious kid.
Little homebody.
Well, I feel like I just was like kind of anxious and I don't know, didn't want to do anything that I might get hurt doing.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is valid.
Wow,
but
we were so opposite.
yeah.
Apart from that.
And so I got rollerblades for Christmas and it was on one of the home videos and I was really like scared of them and I didn't want them because I was scared of them. And so the first thing in my mouth was, I'm afraid of roller skates. And I was like really scared to open these rollerblades, but I called them roller skates.
And our parents have really big values that they've taught us growing up. And one of them was to like always be grateful of everything you get no matter what.
So they immediately were like, no, you're going to like them. You're going to use them. You're going to say thank you and you're going to try it. And I was really upset because I was really scared to try them.
Yeah, and let's just say it wasn't the best gift of Christmas, as the Polar Express once said.
Nice.
Right? That was a good analogy, right?
That was good. I feel like 90% of the time when you try an analogy, it doesn't make any sense. Like you put two things together that like absolutely has no correlation. But that was really good.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, gift of Christmas. That was not in my top 10.
No, for sure not.
For sure. But it was a good learning lesson.
Yeah. On the same subject, though, do we have a favorite gift we've ever received? Do we even remember?
Ooh.
I'd say my favorite gift was probably the easiest for Santa to give me, as it was a singular bell from Santa's sleigh.
Yep.
But it was less about that, and it was
Big
more...
Polar Express phase.
Big Polar Express phase. This is when, we watched the Polar Express Christmas Eve. I went to bed, and I kept one eye open, not for Selena, but no, for the horn of the train outside my window. It never came,
to come
though.
pick you up.
We also lived in Georgia, so there was no snow.
Right.
Bummer.
But you said, I just want a bell from Santa's sleigh.
Yep.
And he delivered.
I just think it was less about the fact that it was a bell. And I think it was more about the fact that it came with like a note.
Yeah.
And the note was just like, never give up on believing.
Oh.
And regardless of what your personal beliefs are, I think the premise of always keeping just some sort of imagination open in your mind makes life so much more enjoyable and so much more free. And it never makes it so where you get like claustrophobic in your own personal like bubble. And I love that.
That's great. I feel like my favorite gift, so easy, it was Taylor Swift concert tickets.
You got Taylor Swift concert tickets?
I got Taylor Swift concert tickets
Which
for
year was it?
Speak Now.
Oh.
And it was iconic.
Of course it was.
She's always been, always will be. And it was the best gift ever. And I was so excited. And it was the best time ever. And she's touring next year. And Max has already said that he's going to get me tickets.
Well, I think
for Christmas.
And I think I may or may not tag along to those.
Yeah, you're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all going.
We're all going.
We're all going to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Max is buying me tickets for Christmas.
Oh. I thought I was going to get you tickets.
You are? I can't double dip. That'd be
I mean, let's
we go to like 2 nights back to back.
So wait, what do you want? What do you want for Christmas this year then?
Oh.
If I'm not getting you Taylor Swift tickets.
Maybe I'm not that like materialistic, and I'm also kind of a minimalist, so I don't like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you've seen like my apartment, like I keep everything very like clean and put away.
Yeah, but
and so I feel like I don't need things. I don't know.
Are you gonna
I'll
put
have
a
to think
Christmas
about
tree
it.
up?
That's a good idea. I want to.
Okay.
Maybe I should.
I think you really should.
I want one of those like little baby ones.
You definitely should.
Yeah, I should go get a little baby.
I mean, like, as we get older, I feel like it gets harder and harder to have like the magic around Christmas. I feel like if you put effort in, you'll never lose it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's nice.
Like, it just takes a little bit of, like, sprinkling, showering in pixie dust, and next thing you
Yeah.
know, boom. A little
Yeah.
Christmas tree, like maybe even Charlie Brown's, just comes out of the ground. Your Christmas wish is what?
Carter the elf will come decorate my apartment for Christmas.
I cannot confirm or deny this wish,
With
but...
a Christmas tree, Christmas lights,
Right.
the whole shebang.
Right. Will Carter the Elf be supplied the instruments for this?
Nope.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Carter the elf will have to be resourceful and create those himself in Santa's workshop or with the help
Man.
of other elves.
Okay, interesting. I really
Yep.
hope Carter the Elf is hearing this from the North Pole.
You know what? I think he might.
Yeah.
You know, if you wish enough,
You think he's got those ears?
probably.
Interesting. I just remembered.
What?
We've spent Christmas in 3 different states.
In 3 different states.
We had one Christmas where my parents thought it would be an amazing idea to take us to our lake house, which is located in northern Michigan, where it approximately had maybe 5 to 7 feet of snow.
More.
More than that, yeah. We were locked down, just us. Mm-hmm. And Wi-Fi.
There was a tiny little path out, like the door and like a tiny little path was like carved out. But yeah, it was like walls of snow.
And it was, my mom...
It was kind of fun though.
It was really fun.
It was really fun. It was just like, it was a very different experience because the Wi-Fi wasn't working.
It was not.
And it was what we call #unplugged Christmas,
It was.
which is a great bonding experience.
Also a great way to really get to the root of a lot of tension, I would say.
Unplugged Christmas. We played lots of board games. I thought it was fun.
For those of you that can't see me right now, I actually have on my amazing Grinch pajamas because, as we all know, he is one of my favorite all-time heroes. And I call him a hero because he genuinely keeps the Christmas spirit alive every single day through me.
He's an icon and a legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of phases regarding him. It all started when I got a 14-foot inflatable Christmas
Grinch.
decor of him.
For the yard.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I also did go to Universal Studios just to meet him in the meet and greet, which core
Didn't
memory
disap-
for sure.
Didn't disappoint.
No, not at all.
Didn't disappoint.
No, not at all. What was real
Do you think
question?
you'll go again this year?
I actually already did go. I met
did.
2 Grinches this year. But from an outsider's perspective, I feel like from a spectator's perspective, what was your take on my Grinch meet and greet experience? I'm curious.
I wasn't there,
Yeah.
but I saw the videos, and
You got FOMO.
And I got FOMO for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really fun, and I'm glad you got to live your dreams and see that realized. Like, that made me really happy for you.
Now, would you have gone with me to meet the Grinch?
I don't know. If you really wanted me to, maybe. But I don't think it's something that I would personally spend
Okay.
all that time going to do.
Okay.
Like, love that for you, but it might not be my number one way of spending my time is traveling to go meet the Grinch.
Okay, well,
But maybe now that we both live in LA,
yeah,
is there a Grinch at?
there's a Grinch here.
Well, maybe we'll see the LA Grinch,
Yeah, I'm down to go experiment.
the California Grinch.
For sure.
I'd be down. That's a much easier commitment for
I
me.
would love to change. I mean, what would you ask the Grinch if you could ask him one
Ooh.
question? Because we all know what I asked him the first time. No repeats, but I did, unfortunately, ask him to be my baby daddy.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
I would say it was an experience. You know, I'm glad I asked. Would I do it over again? No.
Yeah, I think you could come up with a better question.
And I got rejected.
Yeah.
Which was like probably the more embarrassing moment. I think if I could go back, I would just ask if he would like hang out with me for a day, keep me company, let me take care and dog sit for Max.
Yeah, or maybe like a question that's more because what's he gonna say if you ask him that question? Like he's either gonna be like, yeah, sure, or like no, like
Oh, he's
maybe
for
just maybe ask him like a more exploratory, creative question, like what's your ideal day?
Ooh.
And then you get to hear like a more creative response rather than do you want to come hang out with me? Like what's he gonna say to that?
You have a shrub of bushes. What would you shape them into?
A shrubbery. You have a
yeah.
shrubbery.
You have a shrubbery.
What are you gonna make it into?
Right?
That's a good question.
Okay.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna write these down and prepare myself for next year.
Perfect. Yeah. I think
Interesting.
that's a good one.
Thank you. I'm very excited to spend the next couple Christmases with you. I hope we continue to do this. Maybe when we finally get a house, I can go on the rooftop.
You know what? I think you can.
You think so too?
I think you can go on the rooftop.
You think I can go on the rooftop?
If you want to,
Or do you-
You're an adult now. You can go on the rooftop.
I'll go on the rooftop, and you know what else I'll do? I'll give away some Squishmallows to you guys. I'm going to post a photo on my Instagram, and all you guys have to do to enter is like the photo, comment rooftop, and tag 3 friends for your chance to be entered to win your very own Christmas Carter-loved Squishmallow. Thank you for being a guest on today's episode.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. This is so fun. Sweet.
Fist bump? Yay.
GoCarter, GoCarter, yeah. GoCarter, GoCarter.